Today's Namaste Yoga continues our Focus Living series with focus through self-reflection. Hello and welcome to episode number 304 of Namaste Yoga. Today we are at Gallon Todd Provincial Park. I'm Dr. Melissa West. Thank you so much for the honor of inviting me into your home for the next hour as we spend this hour traveling into our innermost home. I'm going to get you set up for our first posture. I want to thank our prop sponsor, Dusky Leaf, for our props today. You're going to need your yoga mat. I have my mat under a blanket. Some of you asked about that last week. We're filming outside and we're on the cusp of the colder weather here between going inside, and we're trying to film as many classes as we can outside now before we go inside for the winter. So I just put the blanket down on my yoga mat to create a little extra barrier between me and the cold ground. But I do have my yoga mat underneath here, and you're going to need a yoga strap and 2 blocks today, and I'm going to get you started in supported bridge pose today. So the way you're going to do that is lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Press into your feet and place your pelvis on the block. This would only be contraindicated if you're menstruating because it's a slight inversion and it would cause your menstrual flow to go backwards instead of downwards. So if you're menstruating, you would want to skip this one. Just lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor instead. Otherwise, you can do the supported bridge pose. Shalam Setu Bandhasan. I also want to thank Squeezed Yoga Clothing for my clothes for today. I'm wearing long gray leggings with the Om Mani Padme Om mantra on the right ankle. And I am also wearing underneath all my layers a red Shiv bamboo top, dancing Shiv bamboo top, which is really gorgeous. I love the jewel tones that are coming out, that she has out now for the long bamboo tops. But it's cold, so I'm wearing lots of layers to stay warm outside. Okay, I have a testimonial from Ivy via our membership community about last week's class. Okay, so if you can hear the sound in the background, that's actually an eagle competing to be heard with me. So Ivy says, "Dear Melissa, Tim, and friends, I really needed this new class, like Bene." So in our membership community, there's a lot of comments that come through. There's a lot of discussion that comes through on the classes. Like Bene, I really got a lot of focus from doing the mandala challenge during our weekly challenge, and I felt more clear about what I needed to nurture in myself. These past few days, I've been setting more boundaries in my personal and work life, and at times I have been fought with over it. I just stay calm and keep repeating over what I can and will not do. It makes for a lot more inner freedom. I was glad for this class, which gave me encouragement. Love, Ivy. So thank you for your comments and testimonials. I love discussing the classes with you and hearing about your journey with your yoga. So you can leave your comments in the membership community on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on my website. And I love hearing from you. Okay, so right now you're in supported bridge pose, or Shalam Setu Bandha Sarvangasan. And this is a great pose to start with our self-reflection, which is the theme for our penultimate class in the Focus Living series. We've been on this theme for quite a few weeks now. We've got one more week left in this series. And you can probably feel as you rest in this posture some pooling of energy in and around your pelvis. And I think this coming down and in is really helpful to create space away from thought. So self-reflection doesn't need to mean getting lost in thought or to be like a gerbil on a wheel going round and round and round with the same thoughts. So we're going to start with the same breath that we've been using over the last couple of weeks that will help you create that space away from thought. So let's begin to create that inward focus for self-reflection through your breath by breathing down into your belly. So inhale. And as you exhale, let that breath pool down and in your belly. Breathe in. Allow your breath to travel down your spine. Breathe out. And feel that breath, prana, chi, energy being stored in your belly. So for those of you who visualization is simple, you can imagine that waterfall going down your spine and then filling a lake as you breathe out, and that lake getting wider and deeper. So this is nourishing your energy, your yin energy. Last year at this time we did a series, Nourishing Your Energy Reserves, where we focus with this breath as well. And it's this time of year that we need to be building these yin energies in our bodies. So breathing down into your belly and breathing out. Letting your breath widen and deepen into your belly. So as you breathe out, your breath is softening. There's no forcing or pushing here. It's simply allowing. And especially in this position, you can really feel the softening and widening that happens on your exhalation. So this pose and this breath, it creates calm in your mind. It helps to ease anxiety, stress, and mild depression. And all of these things create a container for self-reflection. It helps to stimulate your abdominal organs and it will improve your digestion. And it also helps to relieve menopause and menstrual symptoms. So set the intention to continue with that breath throughout our practice today. And then you can press into your feet and lift your pelvis up off the block and pull your block out from underneath you. And then lower yourself back down. You're going to need your strap now. And then you're going to lie down on your back again. You're going to place the strap around the ball of your right foot. And then if you have any back problems, you're going to keep your left leg bent as you take your right leg into the air for Sut Padangustasana, hand to big toe pose. And from here, you're going to breathe into your lower belly. And then breathe out. And if you don't have any back issues, you can keep your left leg straight out long. And then you're going to open your right leg out to the side. You want to feel something happening in the belly of your inner thigh muscle, not in your knee joint. If you feel it in your knee joint, you want to back off. You can even fill the space here with a block. It's nice to have some extra support here. And continue with the breath. Breathe in, down into your belly, and breathe out. Let your belly relax. Feel that space between your hip bones widening and relaxing. Breathe in as though a waterfall is flowing down into the lake in your lower belly. Breathe out. Feel that lake widening and deepening. And then draw up through your pelvic floor. Draw your navel back to your spine to support your back. Draw your leg back to your midline. And then you're going to keep drawing your leg in and cross it over your midline. Sorry, my hip's cramping a little bit. I think it's just a little cold. There we go. Cross it over your midline. And continue with your breath. Breathe in. Down into your lower belly. Breathe out. And let your breath out be slightly longer than your breath in. This pose is great for just the way I experienced that cramp just in my hip joint there. It reminded me that this pose is good for arthritis in your hip joint and your knee joint. It's also great for flexibility in your hamstrings and your hips. And then bring your leg back to the midline. And you can release your right leg down. Pause here for a moment. Just feel the effects of this practice on both sides of your body. So this is part of self-reflection, of connecting in with your body, feeling the effects of the practice on your physical body. And then you can go ahead and hook up your left foot. Place the strap on the ball of your foot here. And then draw your left leg in. And if you have any low back issues, you're going to bend your right leg when you do that. And then you're going to breathe into your low belly. Breathe out and feel that lake widening and deepening. This pose can be good for low back problems as well as sciatica, especially when you keep the opposite leg bent. Then you're going to open your left leg out to the side, and you can use your block here again when you open your leg out to the side, just for that little extra support to fill the space there. And make sure you feel the stretch in the belly of your leg muscle, not in the joint. So you don't want to feel it in your knee joint. And again, if there's no back issues, you can always lengthen your leg out. That creates a nice counterbalance to your leg being out to the side here as well. And go back to that deep belly breathing. So you're breathing down into your belly and breathing out. So that creates that space away from thought for that deeper level of reflection than the surface level dwelling that where we tend to spend most of our time in our day. And then draw up through your pelvic floor, draw your navel back to your spine, bring your left leg back to your midline. And then you're going to, if you need to warm up your hip joint like I do, you can. Then you're going to cross your left leg over your midline. Keep drawing your leg in till you feel something happening on the back of your leg and along the side of the outside of your leg. So part of this self-reflective process is being with yourself, where you are in your body today, in the unique circumstances that you're experiencing in your life and your environment. So for me today, that means adjusting my postures to the cold. So for me, that means going with a less deep edge, because that would be too much for my muscles. So you need to check in with what that means for you and your body today. If you're tired, it might mean choosing a less challenging edge. If you're energetic, it might mean coming right up against your edge. So you need to come into your body, into that, once you come into your belly, that space away from thought, coming into that deeper self-reflective place, feeling into your body. That's why we breathe into our belly, so we're in our bodies. Then you can make these better choices about what's good for your body today. And then when you're ready, you can draw your leg back to the midline. And you can release your leg down. And we're going to make our way up to seated for a mantra. Okay, so I'm going to sit kneeling on a block today. You could sit cross-legged in a meditation cushion, or you could sit on a chair, whatever works best for you and your body today. We're going to sit for just a little while for our mantra and just a short bit for teachings today. I have a Saraswati mantra for you today to help you with self-reflection, for self-awareness. So, this mantra, which Tim will put on the screen, is Om Brahma Janaye Namaha, and it translates as Om and salutations to the power of that self-aware intelligence that pervades the universe. And I think we'll do this mudra where you take your left hand and then you place your right hand on the top and bring your thumbs together and then just rest that on your lap. So we'll make space with breath and a sigh. And we'll do this, we'll chant it 9 times. We're going to do it several times after this in many of the subsequent postures as well. Okay, let's make space with breath and a sigh. Om Brahma Janaye Namaha. 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 Okay, so feel the effects of the practice of the mantra for you. There's a quote that my teacher uses about making your mind so clear like still water so that its reflections are accurate, like the clear reflection in the waters behind us right now. And so when we do these practices like our yoga and the breath practices of drawing our energy down into our belly away from the spinning thoughts, and mantras to clear our mind, we make our mind clear like still waters. So notice the quality of your mind now, the quality of your self-reflective process in this moment. As you continue to sit with your eyes closed with this mudra to receive the teachings for today, on focus through inner reflection. Nichala Joy Devi translates the second book, the 44th verse of the Yoga Sutras on Svadhyaya, as sacred study of the divine through scripture, nature, and introspection, Svadhyaya, guides us to the Supreme Self. And Nikolai Bachman translates Svadhyaya as this: by observing oneself in action, we can connect with our higher truth. Today, we will find focus through inner reflection. In our culture, we overstuff our minds with information. And we do this in loads of different ways. You can just notice how you do that in your life. Take a moment to reflect on your day and the way that you overstuff your mind with information. It's my belief that at this time what we need is a deeper level of inner knowledge through self-reflection. Inner knowledge, self-knowledge. Focus through inner reflection for me means coming to understand my own physical, mental, emotional, energetic, and spiritual bodies. Traditionally, Nikolai Bachman points out that repeating a mantra was a tool to guide yourself inward to self-study, self-observation, in other words, svadhyaya. With so many things in our lives pulling our attention up and out, from social media, our personal commitments, work, social engagements, it takes a great deal of discipline, which we talked about last week, and practice to turn our attention down and in for self-reflection. Having daily practices, reflective practices such as yoga, meditation, journaling, and creating that time and space to turn inwards allows you to connect with yourself on a regular basis. So begin to form an intention of what you would like to receive from the rest of your practice today. What is it that you're trying to create, sustain, release, or rebirth in your life right now? And how is it that you're going to receive this through your yoga practice today? Okay, so from here, you're going to need your blocks, and you're going to take them and place them at the front of your mat. You're probably going to need them at the highest position. You'll place your right foot between your blocks and turn your left toes under. We're going to straighten out both legs, and you want to bring your back leg in as far as you need to, so that you can straighten out both your legs. Both your toes are going to point straight forward. Again, I'm shortening my stances and things because it's quite cold out here and my muscles aren't warming up, so you may be able to take a little bit longer stance, see what works for you in your body. And then we're going to go back to that mantra as a way of really calming our mind today and dropping our attention down and in. So we'll make space with breath and sigh, and we'll do it, I think 6 times here. So breathe in and out. Om Brahma Janaye Namaha. 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 Brahma Janaya Namaha. And then from here, you're going to probably lengthen your stance a bit. Turn your back toes out so that your heel lines up the arch of your back foot. And you can probably move your block to the inside of your front foot. You're going to drop your right sit bone, open up your left sit bone. And then you're going to lift your left arm up. So as many of you know, my left shoulder I have an injury called frozen shoulder there, so my left arm won't lift up. So it will go straight up for most of you in line with your right arm. If not, you can just tuck your arm behind you. That's a nice modification here. And then we're going to do that mantra again. Om Brahma Janaya Namaha. 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 And then you're going to turn down, so we're going to revolve this pose. Take your left arm down and your right arm up. And here I think we'll just breathe. Because you're so revolved and it's a twist, I don't think we'll do the mantra here. And then you're going to bend your front right knee and come down, and we're going to repeat that whole sequence on your other side. So this time you're going to bring your left foot between the blocks. And I'm going to turn it on the other side so I'm not turned away from you for the whole thing. And you're going to breathe in. Breathe out and stretch out both your legs. Both toes are pointing straight forward for Parsvottanasana. This is a very calming posture. Stretches at the backs of your hamstrings. And we're going to do the mantra again here. Make space with breath and a sigh. Om Brahma Janaya Namaha. 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 And then if you've got a short stance like me, you're going to probably want to lengthen out your stance a bit. Your left heel is going to line up with the arch of your back right foot. You can bring your inside block in a bit. Take your left hand to your block. Drop your left sit bone. And then you're going to reach your right arm all the way up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So you've got a better idea of how it's supposed to go on this side. And we'll do the mantra again. Make space with breath and a sigh. Om Brahma Janaye Namaha. 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 And then you'll turn down so your right palm comes down. Drop your right sit bone. Open your left arm up for the revolved version. And we are just going to breathe here. And then you can let that posture out of your body. And we're going to do wide-legged standing forward fold. So take your feet wide on your mat. And you're going to roll your leg bones, your hips over your leg bones. And fold forward here. Let the crown of your head drop towards the ground. Let the back of your neck be long. You could even use your block here. And we're going to do the mantra again. So make space with breath and a sigh. Om Brahma Janaye Namaha. 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 And then slowly make your way back up to standing. And from here, we're going to sit down on your mat. And if you have a meditation cushion or a folded blanket, it would be good to use this because we're going to do a forward fold. And I do not have one but I could, you know what? I'll roll up part of my blanket and turn sideways. Because it'll help you roll your leg bones. I keep calling them my leg bones today. Your hip bones over your leg bones. Your pelvis over your leg bones. Okay, so you're going to sit up and take your legs wide. Okay, so you can take your legs out to the side. And you're going to inhale here and exhale, fold forward in the center. And we'll make space with breath and a sigh we're going to do the mantra again. So inhale. Om Brahma Janaye Namaha. 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 And then you're going to come up. You're going to turn over your right leg and fold forward over your right leg so that you're getting a twist and a forward fold over your right leg, and breathing. Just imagine breathing all the way down your right leg. And then you're going to roll up and come back to the center, and then you're going to turn over your left leg, and you're going to fold forward over your left leg so that you're getting a twist and a forward fold over your left leg. Then you're going to come up in the center, big breath in. And hinge forward over your hips one last time in the center. We're going to do the mantra one last time, making space with breath and a sigh. Om Brahma Janaye Namaha. 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 And then you're slowly going to come up. Take a deep breath in when you come vertical. And just notice the effects of your practice of doing that mantra over and over again in the postures. Notice the reflective quality of your mind, how you feel in your body, how you feel emotionally and energetically. And then you're going to rest back in Shavasana. Okay, when you lie down in Shavasana, tuck your shoulder blades underneath you and just rest your hands on your belly to connect with your space away from thought, with that deeper reflective quality within you. And allow yourself to receive the benefits of your practice, to integrate your practice. And I'm going to sit up to share a short reading with you. This is a reading from Pema Chodron's book, Practicing Peace. If you have embarked on this journey of self-reflection, you may be at a place that everyone, sooner or later, experiences on the spiritual path. After a while, it seems like almost every moment of your life, you're there. You realize you have a choice. You have a choice whether to open or close, whether to hold on or to let go, whether to harden or soften, whether to hold your seat or strike out. And that choice is presented to you again and again and again. I'm going to read that again. If you have embarked on this journey of self-reflection, and that's what we're talking about today, focus through self-reflection. You may be at a place that everyone sooner or later experiences on the spiritual path. After a while, it seems like almost every moment of your life you're there, where you realize you have a choice. You have a choice whether to open or close, whether to hold on or let go, whether to harden or soften, whether to hold your seat or strike out. That choice is presented to you again and again and again. Gradually allow your breath to deepen. And start to wiggle and stretch out. And then when you're ready, you can bend your knees and roll to your right side and pause and take a moment there to breathe. So when you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to seated. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 304 of Namaste Yoga on Focus Through Self-Reflection. If you like this show, please give it a thumbs up if you're watching it in YouTube, or a 5-star review if you're watching it on iTunes. And if you're watching it in YouTube or on iTunes, then definitely subscribe, and then you will receive your new show every Friday. We put out a new show every Friday. So if you're not already subscribed, we would love to send you a brand new show every single Friday. If you know a family, a friend, or a coworker who would benefit from today's class, then we would love for you to share this class with them as well. I want to thank Anne and Sean so much for your donations. If you'd like to make a donation, you can click on the donation link right here. And you can also contribute through your time by commenting in the comments section. The question for today's comments is, how are you going to make space in your life for self-reflection this week? How are you going to make space in your life for self-reflection this week? I would love to hear about your intentions on how you're going to make space in your life for self-reflection this week. Leave that in the comments below, either here on YouTube, or you can let me know in your comments on iTunes, or on Facebook or Instagram, or on my website, or in the membership community. I'd love to hear about that more. And if you'd like more support for self-reflection, then we would love to have you as a member of our community. We can support you further in that. One way we can support you in that is in our meditation group in our membership community. Michelle, one of our open-hearted graduates from Mentor with Melissa, leads that up, and she puts out these beautiful reflections, speaking of reflections, every 2 weeks. And oftentimes she draws from the teachings that we're doing in Namaste Yoga and expands on them in a way that allows you to reflect. I know I keep using reflect, but she does often reflect on them in the meditation group. Allows you to reflect on them in your meditation practice. And then as a group, we reflect on the themes even more deeply through our meditation and in the group. And so she did that just this week with the themes of contentment and simplicity, which were the last 2 weeks' classes. And we've been having a really beautiful discussion about that in our meditation group. So we'd love to have you as a member of our meditation group, which is in our membership community. And you can click here to become part of that. So thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. We're here at Galantad Provincial Park at the Todd Inlet here, which is part of the Pacific Ocean right here. It's just you'd be hard to press to believe that, but this is salt water and very quiet part of it. Sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean. May you be as rooted as the trees in our forest, and may you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti. Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.